Welcome everybody to today's hashtag Whimsdom session live. Of course, hence the little live thingy there in the corner. My name is Audrey Kent and I am your guide through people-pleasing addiction recovery. I am the creator of the People Pleasers Autonomous Method, and it is my mission in life to bring this movement forward. Hey Cassandra! If you're watching this live, pop comments below, thumbs up, hearts. I like hearts. Let me know you can hear me. If you're watching the recording of this, let me know where you're watching from. If this can help someone that you know, share, share, share. So as I was saying, it's my mission to bring this movement forward so that people can start viewing people-pleasing addiction as the actual behavioral addiction and the problem that it is, rather than just some cute personality style, rather than just some cute assessment. You know, it's not like being an introvert or an extrovert. It's not an Enneagram. It's not INFJ. Being a people pleaser is an actual problem. It's toxic. It fucks up lives, fucks up every area of your life. And I'm here to talk to the non-pleasers today so that we can actually bring this around full circle so that you guys know how to spot a people pleaser. Because guess what? It's not just simply, oh, I have this friend who doesn't know how to say no and always likes making people happy. That's not, no. That is so surface level, obvious, not the real deal. And today we're going to talk about defensive aggression. And that common stereotype that people pleasers are these sweet little meek, mild-mannered, like, yes men that are always like, oh, no, I just, whatever you want, it's fine. Like, no. Defensive aggression is something that kicks in for a pleaser who is recognizing that there's a problem. They're recognizing they're starting to feel overworked and exhausted and unappreciated and used the fuck up. And usually that comes before a pleaser is ready to acknowledge what's actually going on, acknowledge that they have people-pleasing addiction, and acknowledge that it needs to change. So in the meantime, they just feel used up, and they're like, something has to change. I have to start setting boundaries, right? And for so long, this idea out there, especially in the personal development world, especially in the life coaching, personal coaching, emotional growth world, it's like this ideal that you have to be one or the other. Like you have to either be a people-pleaser or a hard ass. And it's just not true. And that's the whole point of the whimsical rebellion movement, is that no, you can exist 1000% in your happiness, your joy, your glow, wisdom, fairiness. Like you can exist in that and not have to access negative churning energy and be that catty bitch with that defensive aggression. I'm going to share with you guys an excerpt from a client of mine. And this is what she sent to me when she applied for her free 90-minute Lady Balls Roadmap session, which you are all welcome to apply for if you feel like you need to figure out if this is what's going on for you. Girls, get on the phone. Let's talk about it. No obligation, no worries. We'll just figure it out, okay? So this is what she sent me when she was applying for her session. She says, I've known for a long-ass time that I'm a people pleaser. I've seen it in all my relationships. I've worked with a self-love coach. I've gotten a lot better with taking care of myself and putting myself first, but I still deal with the guilt. I'm ready for change because I know my way of setting boundaries and being extra defensive and aggressive is ruining my relationships. Hit the fucking nail on the head. It's almost like when we're struggling with food addiction. And a lot of my ladies know exactly what I'm talking about. When you struggle with food addiction, when you find like that door creaks open and you start to see the light of like, oh shit, I need to change, and there's change, and you think that you have to go through that door with your guns fucking blazing so that your commitment to yourself is unwavering. And you end up standing in that really catty, I talk about it all the time, that really gross, like deflective, negative, dominant stance where you're like, well, you do you, but I know I'm on the right path. And it's just this kind of catty aggression. And especially for people pleasers, when the first thing that they latch onto is, oh shit, I need to set boundaries. I'm getting used up. I'm not being appreciated. I need to set boundaries, which is absolutely true. That is part of the recovery from people-pleasing addiction. But when we hold to just that, then we end up really adopting that defensive, aggressive nature. And it ends up being turmoil for all of our personal relationships. And then you end up, and I'm sure non-pleasers, there's someone that you didn't know was a people pleaser, but is displaying these attributes in your life? And if so, guess what? You know a people pleaser, and you need to point them in the direction of their recovery, because they might not be able to get there on their own unless they realize that this is a problem. So there's many different ways that this defensive aggression can come out, but it's almost like the opposite of being okay with saying no to someone. It's for Phoenixes, sometimes it'll first come out as, and I say Phoenix because I have different types of people pleasers that I have identified. If you want to go take the quiz to find out what kind you are, or if you're a non-pleaser and you know a people pleaser, have them take the quiz. It's super fun. It's only 6 questions. Life-changing. So, if I do say so myself. So, a Phoenix might start, they start putting on their armor with a list. We've talked about listing before, where you ask a people pleaser to come with you to the movies or whatever, come to a party, whatever, and they go, I can't because I have to, blah, 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 and then this, that, then this won't get done if I don't, and it's a whole list they give you, instead of just being like, I really can't. And that is them just putting on their armor, right? Because every non-pleaser out there has made this mistake before, and it's not a mistake, it's you being human, but it's like you pulling the pin out of a grenade. After that Phoenix lists at you, as a non-pleaser, you try to help them through it. You try to help them find solutions for that list. And no, that is not what they were asking for. They were using that as a deflection of like, these are all the reasons that I can't. Really, it's, I want to say no, but I can't, so here's a bunch of bullshit reasons. Even if they're true, here's a bunch of bullshit reasons why I can't, because I just don't want to say no. And when you start trying to help them through that list, you start trying to give them solutions, like say the Phoenix goes, I can't come because if I don't show up and work that extra shift, nobody's going to, blah, blah, blah. And you go, oh, well, I heard Sarah said that she needed an extra shift. Why don't I just call her? Ticking time bomb. Ticking time bomb. Because the people pleaser, you have triggered so many things for them without even knowing it. You've literally stepped on a fucking landmine. And that people pleaser is going to blow up at you. They're going to either storm off exasperated. They're going to be like, no, that's not going to work. She won't be able to do what I can do. It's just never mind. Like a weird, like, whoa, ugh, they just so much onto you. Or they're going to blow up at you with some shit that has nothing to do with anything. And it's literally just the Phoenix was triggered by their, I don't want to say false attempt, by their misguided attempt at setting a boundary. So the Phoenix was like, I'm putting my foot down. I'm not going to attend this event because I don't want to, and I've given them a list as to why. Ha! I've set a boundary. And then the non-pleaser goes, well, that's not a boundary. Bloop! Like, just dismisses it. And then the pleaser is on full alert. And then the pleaser's like, you have challenged my boundary. When for the rest of the world, they're like, you didn't set a boundary. You sounded like you were in trouble, so we were like, hey, you're not, and now you're blowing up at me. And it's this defensive aggression that people pleasers will get into. And that's just an example of how a Phoenix might handle it. But pit bulls and mice, and if you guys are getting more interested, because I have these adorable fluffy archetypes, I guess a bird on fire is not fluffy. But anyway, I have these adorable archetypes, then go take the test, figure out which kind you are, or which kind your friend is, or which kind your relative is, whatever. And just know that there are so many different types of people pleasers, and there's so many different ways that it presents itself. It is not just this meek, mild-mannered yes man. And that's actually the quietest version. That's before it's become such a problem that it is poisoning everything in the people pleaser's life. So it's it's more important for me to share with you non-pleasers the signs and the warning signs for the pleasers that are getting in too deep. Because they're the ones that need the immediate help. If you know someone that's like a mild-mannered yes man, sure, send them my way. We'll work together. But it is so important for you to learn these signs of people pleasers that go against everything that you thought you knew about what a people pleaser is and what people pleasing actually is. So recognizing the signs of this addiction and knowing how to help someone. It's not your job to fix them. It is not your job to help them. But if it is someone that you love and care about, point them in the right direction. That's all you have to do. And you don't even have to, but that's just an easy step for you to do, is point them in the right direction. Let them know that recovery is an option, that you love them and you care about them, and that you're worried about them, you know? And if you really want to help them, let them know you are safe. You don't need them to save you, coddle you, humor you. They can just be 100% themselves when they are with you. That's if you want to go that extra mile for that people pleaser. Be their safe space. Be the person that they don't have to save. It means so much to us. So there's the message for the day. And if you are a people pleaser and you're watching this and you're like, oh shit, I've been using defensive aggression to set boundaries, you don't have to. That is not the only way. You don't have to pick people pleaser or asshole. That's not how it is, okay? If you're a non-pleaser, you know someone, share this video, tag them in it, whatever you gotta do. I love you guys so much. If you haven't taken the test, go take it. I will pop the link. I will fix the text above. I'll pop the link for the quiz above. I'm also going to pop the link for my free private safe space here on Facebook. So if you are a people pleaser and you need a safe space so you can just fucking blah and get it all out there, talk through your shit, and have a support group, we got you. I love you guys so much. I will talk to you later. I will see you Friday. Happy day after Easter, and everyone go wish Darren a happy birthday. He's finally 34 and can stop calling me old for the next 6 months. All right, love you guys. Bye.